Okay, we're standing by. Holy shit, we're rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, Kocosports.com proudly presents Wrestle AM. That's right, it's half wrestling show, half morning show, but it's all pretty much BS. Well, you got me, the sexiest man on all of internet wrestling radio. That's right, boom, boom, here, shaking the room live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia, filling in for the injured Dave Kokotis, or not really injured, more like inconvenienced Dave Kokotis. You see, Coco, how we always say, real life always gets in the way of the internet. Well, Dave has some daddy obligations and some husbandly obligations, so he wasn't able to do it. But luckily, I checked out SmackDown and was ready, willing, and able to jump in. So you're going to be dealing with me tonight. Of course, SmackDown in the books now. And the question we always ask, and I'd like to ask you, is win, loss, or tie? Let us know. Just let us know down here, and as they would say, the doodly-doo. Just let us know. Did you think tonight's show was a win, a loss, or a tie? As for myself, I'm going to give this. I'm going to give it a strong tie. There was some good, there was some bad, but I think it all kind of balanced out at the end. What I did like about the show was at the opening, the treatment of Roman Reigns. I know that we've been giving him a lot of flack here on Kocosports.com, and I know a lot of you in the Internet Infantry have been giving him a lot of flack, but I don't know if this is maybe a sign of things to come, or maybe because this show was pre-recorded and they were able to do some heavy editing. I like the way he was presented tonight. It kind of got back to a little bit about what made him cool, why people liked him when he was with the Shield. It just didn't feel forced like it has been the past few weeks when, Vince McMahon and Kevin Dunn and Triple H and everybody got a hold of him, was trying to make him cool, trying to make him, family friendly. They were, trying to make him, they were trying to put their stamp of approval on him, their coolness factor on him. I think they kind of got away from that, which is a good thing, and they kind of went back to what made him originally popular with the fans, excuse me. The first thing that we're supposed to see from the show in Colorado Springs was a Miz TV segment that the Miz and his now personal assistant, Damian Sandow. By the way, that's a different conversation for a different day. I think it's a fucking stupid, deal to fire Sandow as his stunt double now to pick him up as his personal assistant, but that's a different conversation for a different day. They, have Miz TV. They bring out Daniel Bryan. They bring out Roman Reigns, and the first thing Roman Reigns does is Superman punches the Miz right in the face, knocks him the fuck out. I mean, all we needed was Chris Tucker from the movie Friday standing over him going, "You just got knocked the fuck out." That's exactly what we needed to complete that segment. That was actually great. I liked how Reigns, spoke out about the situation. Says, it's like, I'm going to WrestleMania. I'm going to wrestle for that world title. I'm going to win the world title. I'm going to beat you at Fastlane. I'm going to go right through you. And he goes, you know what? Let's not wait. Let's do it now. They get ready, but they're interrupted by Seth Rollins, out, of course, with the Stooges, J&J Security. Of course, Rollins saying that he had a bone to pick. He should be headed to WrestleMania. He almost beat Daniel Bryan. He almost beat Brock Lesnar, and then and basically this led to a challenge of a 3-on-1 handicap match. It was going to be Seth Rollins teaming up with J&J Security to take on Daniel Bryan, all by his lonesome. All in all, not a really bad opening to the show. It wasn't great. I'm hoping this is a sign of things to come. I think the problem, maybe WWE has slightly... Here's what I'm thinking. And this is just my personal opinion, and I've got no facts to back this up. Now, granted, this was just one show for one night, and looking back on the show, I'm thinking maybe WWE, they're going to let their foot off the gas. They're going to, kind of back away. They've taken take the training wheels off, and let, Roman Reigns ride his little two-wheel bicycle by himself, and maybe try to make him cool, because I think a couple of things have happened. I think one, maybe they've learned from last year where, when they put in Batista, and then when things weren't looking good, they had to go ahead and redo the entire show. Or, as Dave was saying this past week, oh, but they're working you, brother. They're working you, brother. No, I think WWE's not working us. I think, last year with Batista, that was originally their plan. It was supposed to be Batista versus Orton. It was supposed to be a good old click, fun boy orgy out there at WrestleMania, but it didn't turn out that way, and they had to rewrite the show to save face at WrestleMania 30. This year, they did the same thing, but I think instead of writing Daniel Bryan in, or making it a three-way, or pulling in somebody like Dean Ambrose to, kind of give the fans somebody to pull for, I think, just judging by this one show, and of course it could completely change come Monday, which is a big possibility. What I think could happen is that they're, going to kind of back off. The management and stuff are going to kind of distance themselves from Roman. I mean, they're going to be there, but distance themselves from Roman Reigns and just let him be what made him cool, why people liked him, and maybe they could change the crowd's minds and get them to cheer for him if they do it just right, which I think is a good way to go. And that brings up my next point. I'm thinking that maybe there was actually a lot of cancellations of the WWE Network after the Royal Rumble. There was, the Twitter campaign hashtag cancel WWE Network. But then the next day we find out that they had already surpassed 1 million viewers, and now WWE automatically is trying to offer the entire month of February free for new subscribers. They're trying to get people locked in for WrestleMania coming the end of March. And I was thinking, well, why in the world would they? Oh, maybe that the reason that they're trying to make Roman Reigns cool again, they're offering this. They're offering the entire month of February for free for new subscribers, is maybe they've got some internal data. And again, this is based off nothing. This is pure 100% speculation, is that maybe they've looked at the internal numbers and they found out a lot of people dropped the network after the Royal Rumble and frustration. And now it's, oh, crap, maybe we need to kind of get our shit together, and, we need to, hash everything out and get the fans happy again. Maybe if we maybe if we just kind of back off Reigns, and because it's not cool if your parents like it. That's the way I see it. It's like, music. I mean, come on. I mean, I'm guilty of it. You're guilty of it. Dave's guilty of it. Hell, we're all guilty of it. We're all guilty of coming home with that CD that, your parents are like, what the fuck is this? It's like, well, it's my music, and, and it's, suddenly, it's like, imagine who was big in my day. Oh, I remember, growing up, I remember when Sublime got big. They were getting big, and, and sadly, this is back when Sublime really hit it big. That's when Bradley Nowell passed away, but that's a different story. But you can imagine, listen to Santeria, What I Got, Wrong Way. God, on that big album they had, that was the Sublime album. That wasn't 40 Ounces to Freedom. That was the Sublime. That was the one with the album cover had Bradley Nowell's back on it. We had Sublime tattooed on his back. Yeah, it's like, well, what is this? Well, this is my music. Would Sublime, that album, be as cool if your parents were jamming to it with you, and as they were taking you to school? Yep, it happened. It happened to everybody. It happened to me too. Parents had to take me to school before I could drive. I admit it. But would it be as cool? No. And I think that's the same concept with Roman Reigns. Would it be, it's cool when you like Roman Reigns, and he's cool, he's dark, he's edgy, he beats people up, he has that vicious spear. It's like, yeah, he's cool. But when Vince McMahon's like, yeah, he's amazing, he's big, he's just like his cousin The Rock. We're going to treat him like that Cena kid. Maybe that Cena kid will be over, and we can finally use that formula to get this Reigns kid over. Suddenly not so cool. Same concept. But anyway, I've yammered on about 20 minutes. Mine was almost as long as that opening segment went. The first match of the night here, it was a tag team match. You had Goldust and Stardust versus Dolph Ziggler and Ryback. I think the match was okay for what it was. It actually went longer than what I thought it did. It went just over 10 minutes. This is where I felt like the commentary team is kind of dropping the ball. Normally, with this, let's see, who was the commentary for this? Commentary was Jerry the King Lawler, Michael Cole, and Byron Saxton. And I really felt like they're dropping the ball with Goldust and Stardust. They're really not, hyping up this. Um, they're really not hyping up the tension between the two, between the brothers there. I guess maybe this year we're gonna finally get, Rhodes versus Rhodes at WrestleMania like they talked about. I think they talked about it last year. That's why they had Goldust eliminate Stardust last year in the Rumble, and this year they had the exact opposite. You had Stardust try to eliminate Goldust, and then on Monday Night Raw, they've been, they teased it last week. They teased it on Raw. They had Goldust call Stardust Cody. He's like, oh, don't call me Cody, brother. Um, so. And now they had Stardust walk out on his brother, and plus, yeah, I think it would be a good way to kind of cap it off. There's stories that Dustin Rhodes, that his in-ring contract is expiring. I think everybody's kind of wanting him to go back to being a road agent, and you know what? I think it would be worth it to have, this is for him to go out. Have him wrestle his brother at WrestleMania. He, gets a WrestleMania moment. His brother gets a WrestleMania moment. What better way? Can anybody really name Goldust's WrestleMania moment? Can anybody name? Can anybody, Stardust or Cody Rhodes, whatever you want to call him? Can you really name his WrestleMania moment? I mean, right now, off the top of your head, without looking anything up for either one of these guys. I really can't think of anything, at least nothing that comes to my mind that made a huge impact right off the top of my head. And I figured these two, especially Goldust, for, cleaning up his act, coming back, doing the best work of his career with his brother. I mean, why not give him that? Why not, that be the great way to go out? Have your, take on your little brother, have your WrestleMania moment, tip your cap and say goodnight. I think that would be just a great way to wrap up Goldust's in-ring career, because I'm just thinking it served its purpose. His whole run, I mean, it went for well over a year. He did a phenomenal job. Hats off to him. So give him his WrestleMania moment. Ziggler and Ryback obviously look great in that. What can I say? These two Ziggler especially busted his ass. Ryback hasn't quite won me over yet, but I still think it was a pretty decent match. Anyway, going along here. Next we had Curtis Axel versus Dean Ambrose. One thing I felt like they dropped. Again, this is commentary. They dropped the ball with Curtis Axel. I feel like Curtis Axel has a legit gripe. When Triple H said, "Oh, I'm going to have to address the controversy," there's a lot of I thought he was going to address Curtis Axel and kind of give us like the fans like a middle finger and be like, "Oh no, we're pushing Reigns no matter what." I think he kind of saved face with the way he set it up with Rollins and Bryan, and now we're going to have Bryan challenge. Roman Reigns at Fastlane, with the winner going on to main event WrestleMania. Look, here's the thing. Curtis Axel got a spot in the Royal Rumble. He drew his number. He was jumped from behind by Eric Rowan. He was never allowed to enter. And, in a way, I mean, to be honest, yeah, he had, and even commentary brought it up. It's like, well, he was in number 6, and it's not like, and it's like, oh, well, really, nobody from number 6 has ever won? Nobody, you mean nobody from number 1 or number 2 position, number 3 position, number 4 position, number 5 position? I mean, none of them have ever won a Royal Rumble? I mean, that was a great point. I think what you could do here is, I think you've got some built-in storylines. I think after Fastlane, they're going to go forward with Roman Reigns. I think that could be a match for a Monday Night Raw. I'm not saying to draw it out or anything, but like the Monday Night Raw after Fastlane, have Curtis Axel come out and be like, no, you still have one more challenger, me. You never eliminated me. I was never allowed to go. I never was allowed to get in the ring. I was attacked from behind. That cost me my chance, and you're going to have to wrestle me, and then have Reigns go over him, but still, I think he's got a legit gripe, and then Curtis Axel could lead to maybe like a little feud with Eric Rowan, gives them both something to do. But that's just me. Anyway, Curtis Axel versus Dean Ambrose. I think this went really short. Hit reversed the perfect plex and hit Dirty Deeds for the win. Um, Absolutely, I thought it was okay for what it was. Next match. Let's see. Oh, by the way, it's looking like Bad News Barrett has BNZ now, the Bad News Zone, obviously a parody of TMZ. I know, aren't you so glad for knowing that now? Saying that Ambrose will never get a shot at the Intercontinental title in the future. I'm smelling WrestleMania match here. Kind of hate that Dean Ambrose has been relegated to the Intercontinental title chase when, me and a lot of other fans believe he should be in the hunt for the WWE World Heavyweight title. I think that's just a damn shame. Anyway, next year, and this is bad booking right here, the third match of the night, Fandango versus Adam Rose. I mean, this was just absolute garbage. You bring out Adam Rose, and I guess, he's turned heel because, buck logic, that's why. Adam Rose is doing the trust fall. The Rosebuds drop him, so he beats the crap out of a few Rosebuds. Then he goes in there against Fandango. Well, here's the reason why it's bad booking. Well, they're both bad guys. Fandango is a pompous asshole. And he's, Rosa Mendez. Oh, God, yeah, she's hot. And that's the best part of it. And now Adam Rose is heel. Well, you just kind of had like 2 minutes of dead air. Because that just sucked the whole life, out of the crowd, because you absolutely had, and this is kayfabe here, this is absolute WWE booking here. By their standards, these are both bad guys. These are both bad guys, and why would you want to cheer either one of them? It's like, this is not even a super, like, oh, we're excited because these are two people that we hate or beating each other up and we love it. No, this was, these two are beating each other up, and we should care why. It's just, it's horrible booking, and and Dave and I harp so much on booking, because it's very, very, it's just, it's very important, because you've got to have somebody that the crowd can get behind. You got to have somebody that the crowd's against. You got to have it go somewhere, have it advance storylines. And the whole purpose of a storyline is to set up conflict that can be resolved via a wrestling match. And I just don't feel like they really did that with this. It was just kind of a throwaway. It was, okay, we're going to solidify the fact that Adam Rose is a heel, and we're going to, who have we got left? Who's left? Who's left? Oh, okay, who's back here in the locker room? Okay, Fandango, get in there. And there was, just nothing to it. I think it was an absolute waste. And bad booking, can make or break a show. And in some cases, it can kill. It can kill. And I've been wanting to work this in here, so since I brought up this booking question. Since I brought up the booking question, I'm going to share something with you here. I'm going to pop something up here, but let me give you an example of how booking killed somebody. Bad booking, and I'm not joking here. This is something that I don't know if anybody can see this here, but let's see, put this with the doodly-doo, screen share. And anyway, here it is. I don't know if anybody can see this right here, but this is an example of bad booking. I've just brought this up because we actually passed the anniversary this Wednesday. This Wednesday, on February the 3rd, is commonly referred to here, at least in the United States, that the day the music died. And what do I mean by that is that this was the day that the plane crashed carrying Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper. And it absolutely devastated rock and roll here in the U.S. And you're like, well, how does this have to do with booking? Well, if you'll look at it here, I should have the map pulled up. If not, I'll put a link down in the comments here. But whoever booked this fucking 1959 Winter Dance Tour should have been drug out to the fucking street and shot. Because I'm pulling up the map here, and it's just literally zigzagging. It was a multi-date tour that went, I mean, all over the map. It was going between 3 states, Wisconsin, Iowa, and Minnesota, and it was just so zigzagging all over the place that the reason Buddy Holly died is because when he was trying to make concert dates, because, I mean, he would have one concert date at one state and then have to go clear across over to another state to do the next show and then go back almost a few miles from where he first started to do another show, and because apparently his tour manager didn't own a fucking globe, and so he had to get aboard a plane to make these concert dates, and the pilot wasn't wasn't certified to fly via instruments. He could only, and it was out in bad weather, and he crashed shortly after takeoff, and he killed 3 people, including 4, including him. The pilot killed 4 people, including himself, and that's just an example of just bad booking. Bad booking, it literally kills people. Oh my God, no. So anyway, let's see. I'm going to cancel that screen share now. Back onto the show now. Let's see here. Oh, I got off topic here. That tends to happen from time to time. Let's see here. I'm going to do one more match, and I'll get to your questions, so be sure to put them in down here in the comments section. You can leave them in Facebook, Twitter, down here in the YouTubes. You can even put some there at Kocosports.com. We've got a new little chat feature there. Just log on to Kocosports.com. Kocosports.net takes you to the same place, and it's down. If you'll scroll all the way down to the bottom left-hand corner of the page, you've got a little way you can leave comments down there, which I'll be reviewing, so be sure to get your comments in. Next we had The Miz versus Roman Reigns. Obviously, Miz was upset about taking a Superman punch. And then, well, I mean, it was pretty much what happened, what you thought would happen. It got Reigns over. I mean, that massive where he just picked up Miz and threw him up on his shoulder for a Samoan drop. He looked absolutely amazing. I think Miz did a great job of making Reigns look good, made him look strong. Apparently he got the memo backstage to make Reigns look strong. So it was about a 6-minute match. I think it was good for what it was. Again, I think this week they did a better job of portraying Roman Reigns by what made him popular. Anyway, let's get to some comments here, and this is from Raymond Jameson. He gives the show a slight win. Okay, that's good. He says, the wrestling wasn't bad also. I got to explain to my friend who some of the divas were, which I know sounds dumb, but I told him how pretty some of the divas were, and he agreed. Plus, you can't go wrong with song Naomi's. You can't go wrong with song Naomi boot. I guess he means show Naomi's booty on TV. I agree. I'm like, hey, she's got a nice little booty. Hey, just pow, smack it one good time. Ain't nothing wrong with a little ass slapping. I mean, it's a little awkward at first. I mean, hell, everybody has to try to be an ass slapper at one point in their life. You get behind a girl, if you know what I mean. Getting a little going, what do? You're going, you're pounding away, you just give her a little tap. Hey, could have been an accident, whatever. Okay. So you keep going a little bit more, then, oh, you hit it one more time, and then you're just, keep going, and you're like, well, maybe that was intentional, maybe not. And finally, you raise that hand back, you go down, you smack that ass, and then you stop, and you fucking wait. And it's a heart-pounding moment there for a few seconds, because you're either waiting for that girl to turn around and be like, or, hey, wait a damn minute. Very nerve-wracking moments. But anyway, sorry I got off track there. Next we had Rusev versus Eric Rowan. It was pretty much straightforward. You got Rusev trying to get his balls back a little bit because he's going to go into a feud with dun, 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 and he ain't going to be looking good at the end of that. But so try to get him over as a monster. They brought in Eric Rowan. He won with the Accolade submission. Personally, I don't understand what they're doing with Eric Rowan, what WWE's doing. Okay, they break him away from the Wyatt family. All right, whatever, they broke away Harper too. Well, now they turn Rowan face because fuck it, why not? and they have him and Harper hate each other for reasons that haven't been explained yet. And then they put him on Team Cena. I was like, okay, they're going to put him on Team Cena. They're going to get him over at Summer, at Survivor Series. They're going to maybe explain some things, put him over as a singles guy. Maybe he'll have as much success as his former tag team partner Luke Harper does, and he just really hasn't. I mean, since he got fired, then he came back, and he's just been jobbing out. And I'm just like, I honestly don't get it. I mean, I really just don't get it. If anybody gets what's going on, please, send it to not Boom Boom's email at Kocosports.com. Let me know what in the hell's going on with Eric Rowan, because when it comes down to it, Luke Harper is right shark. Eric Rowan is left shark. And for those of you who watch the Super Bowl, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Another question here from Stillwell Plays. He says, if Ryback and Ziggler become a team, what would you choose for their name? I'm going with the Big Show. Oh, wow. What way to put me on the spot there. I don't know, the buffet table. I don't know, because they eat up everything inside. I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one, Stillwell. Then Fran Yelly Man, mi amigo, is actually his profile picture on YouTube is him wearing a Kocosports.com Integrated Infantry t-shirt. And if you want to get your own, go to Kocosports.com. It should cost you right around $25. That does include shipping and handling. If you want to include some extra money, I guess me and Dave maybe could autograph them for you. I don't know why you'd want that, but yeah, we could totally do that. And then, anyway, Fran Yelly says, it seems to me that Reigns shines on tag, yes, because those matches creative gets to hide his weaknesses. Any thoughts? Okay. He looks better in tag matches because they get to hide his weaknesses. Yeah, I mean, that was his benefit with the Shield, and even back during his time with the Shield, that was something we always talked about. It's like, yeah, they're hiding his weaknesses right now, but he still is. He's getting a little bit better and a little bit better every time he goes out there. Now, is he ready as it stands right now to be champion? No. Do I think it's going to be a disaster? Quite possibly. Do I think it could be salvaged? Oh, absolutely. I think it could be salvaged. But this week, remember, he was not in a tag match this week. He looked pretty good. Now, he had a good short match, and if that's the way it's going to be, I would almost have to say he may have to pull a Bill Goldberg where he doesn't do any matches longer than 5 minutes. He just plows through people, gets his shit in, gets that little jump and what do you call it, drop kick while the guy's on the apron and he's on the outside. Get that in, get the Superman punch in, spare him, 1, 2, 3, get the fuck out of there. That's what I would do if I was booking this guy. If they were like, boom, boom, you got to make Roman Reigns look like a good champion. Like, oh, shit. Okay, he doesn't wrestle any matches over 5 minutes. He needs to work with some good opponents that can help him learn. Once he gets that down pat, then we'll go from 5-minute matches to 6-minute matches. Then we'll repeat the process. Once he gets better at that, we'll maybe jump up to 10. But until, we're going to have to slowly improve, and we're going to have to keep everybody that, that thinks he's cool away from him, and we're going to have to let him just be himself and go out there and not seem like a fucking corporate sellout. That's what I would have to do. Mr. Jason, he writes in, Eric Rowan needs to go back to Bray Wyatt's bodyguard. I think that'd just be counterproductive, Jason. I really do. I mean, I'm not saying that you got a bad idea, but what you're saying is you wanted to go back to what made him cool, what made Eric Rowan cool, what made him, somebody you wanted to cheer. Was the guy, creepy guy in the sheep mask who didn't say anything, who was just the muscle. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Right now, on his own, he has no personality. We don't know why he broke away, why he's mad at Harper, what makes him tick, what's his motivation now, why he joined John Cena, why is he in the WWE, why does he do what he does, how is he getting how has he been treated in the locker room since he broke away from the Wyatt family, since he's been on his own? Is it awkward? Does he have a sense of humor? Is he trying to does he make people laugh? Does he still scare people? I mean, there's just a lot of questions I think that WWE divulge into that would actually make him interesting and make people care about him. I'm not saying push him to the moon, give him like a belt or anything. I'm just saying make people care. But as Dave would always say, WWE is not in the business of being awesome. Let's see here. Next, Alicia Fox versus Paige. Another short match. Actually, let me look at this here. There were 7 matches on here, and let's see. 1, 2. Let's see. There was 2, 3, 4. About 4 matches that were all under 3. There were 7 matches, and 4 out of those 7 went under 3 minutes. Why would you want to do that on a 2-hour wrestling show? I mean, there's more wrestling action on NXT, and that's an hour-long show. And they had more wrestling action, got over storylines, developed characters in under an hour. They developed them in roughly 40 minutes. If you take out commercials, 40 minutes. You got more wrestling in 40 minutes on NXT and better storylines, character development than you do on a 2-hour SmackDown show. Oh my God, WWE. God, Vince, please fucking retire. Anyway, Alicia Fox versus Paige. This is a return match from Monday Night Raw where Paige got the win, but Alicia Fox got revenge on Paige and allowed the Bella Twins to go in there and hit her with some spray tan. You had Paige win the PTO for a submission win. But I liked it. I like Paige, and I guess they're trying to get her over now that she's on Total Divas now with Alicia Fox. You know, they're the newest cast members, leading to a Divas title match for Fastlane. Interested to see how that goes. Then we came to the main event here: Daniel Bryan versus Seth Rollins and J&J Security in a 3-on-1 handicap match. Not bad. We've seen this match for like 100 times. To be honest, I really, really, really want Daniel Bryan to move on to something else. Win, lose, whatever. I really just want Daniel Bryan to be far, 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 far away from Seth Rollins, Kane, Big Show, all that, the Authority. Because if you're going to have Roman Reigns, be the champion or whatever, unless he's going to be in the title picture, kind of bring him back a little bit so he saves face. I'd rather him go out there and be successful and go out and wrestle people like Luke Harper. I'd rather him go, maybe do some kind of program with Mark Henry when he gets healthy. I mean, just something else. I mean, because I'm just tired of seeing like Daniel Bryan versus in these battles with the Authority, because it's pointless unless he can get a championship match, win the championship, and have to defend. I feel like it's pointless at that point because there's just no point. They're pushing the Golden Boy. They're going to do it. So get him off on something else. Keep building him up. I mean, hell, if they're going to have him build up a program with Dolph Ziggler because let's just see who's better, great. Hell, I'll even take a fucking rematch with Sheamus at WrestleMania at this point. He needs to be doing something else because, again, I'm tired of seeing this. Seth Rollins is smart. I mean, J&J Security or the Stooges, they go in and they beat them up. They have an unfair advantage. Well, this thing went about 14 minutes. Daniel Bryan locked on the no lock on Joey Mercury, got the tap out win, got out. So, and then Kane came in and attacked Daniel Bryan and left him lying in the ring. Rollins hit a curb stomp and it's okay, telling him good luck making it to Fastlane. Maybe that can be the WrestleMania match. I wouldn't mind seeing Daniel Bryan versus Seth Rollins. I mean, that would be a good match. Why not? But overall, I think it was a decent show. If you're a hardcore WWE fan, definitely check it out. If you're more of a casual fan, or if you're like me, been a little disenchanted with WWE, I think you can just listen to this review and just kind of keep a track with what was going on, and then just maybe check it out on the network if you still have it, or Yo Ho, A Pirate's Life for me. You can totally do that too. But if you don't watch it, don't feel like you're not going to be missing much. Not anything of consequence that's going to happen is going to happen on Monday Night Raw. So if you don't want to check it out, trust me, you're not going to be missing all that much. But if you want to, check it out because you're a hardcore fan, you won't be that disappointed. I would just do it on something where you could skip the commercials and maybe fast forward through a few things. Let's see, the opening segment's worth a watch. The tag match between Goldust, Stardust, Dolph Ziggler, and Ryback, that's, I would check that out. I'd skip the Curtis Axel, Dean Ambrose, because that's just a squash match. I would skip Fandango versus Adam Rose. The Miz versus Roman Reigns, you might want to check that out if you want to see how Roman Reigns is progressing. If you're just absolutely anti-Roman Reigns, you can skip it. Rusev versus Eric Rowan, skip it. Alicia Fox versus Paige, just watch it in slow motion. And just make sure that you got a nice bottle of Jergens. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Never mind. Yeah, check it out. And then Daniel Bryan versus Seth in the 3-on-1 handicap match. If you're a big Daniel Bryan fan or Seth Rollins fans, yeah, but to be honest, we've seen this match like 100 times. To me, WWE gets in this thing where they find like a good match and they just do it 900 times in a row until you're burned out on it. There's really nothing new to it. That's the way I feel about that. But overall, I give it a tie. Let's see here. Let's look. I'll tell you what. Let's go get some more comments. Be sure to get them in. You can ask me really pretty much anything here. Let's see. Total eliminations. Is Cesaro and Kid are the best? I agree with you. I like Cesaro and Kid. It's kind of an odd tag team, but those are two guys who can wrestle that bust their ass and I'm hoping at least get them a tag team match at Mania. It would be good. I mean, it's kind of refreshing to see a new tag team. Let's see, trending on Twitter is Axelmania. Hell yeah. And let's see let's see, first time caller, long time listener, Dave Kocotis. No matter how much we hope something, WWE will find a way to ruin it. Daniel Bryan was booked bad tonight. Oh, how much we love something, WWE will find a way to ruin it. Oh, absolutely. To me, WWE does this thing. It's like, imagine you're in high school or something, or you're going out on a date or something, and let's just say you wear let's just say you do something like you wear a new shirt. You bought a new shirt, you iron it, you put it on, and somebody goes, "Oh yeah, I really like that shirt. You look good in it." You're like, "Oh, well, thank you." And then you're like, "Wow, somebody likes this shirt that I'm in here." And so you take that shirt and you wear it every fucking day. You wear it, you go home, you wash it, you run it through the dryer, then you put it back on and wear it the next day. Because you're like, okay, they like it. They really like this shirt. Maybe I should wear it every day because then maybe people will like me every day. And I think WWE does that with Daniel Bryan. It's like, hey, do you like Daniel Bryan? Yeah. Do you like Seth Rollins? Yeah. Well, we're going to have him. Would you like to see him wrestle? Yeah, we'd love to see that. Okay, we're going to give it to you 900 times, and we're going to try to do it a little bit different every time, but we're still going to give you the same match. Okay, then it's not so special. It's like me, I like barbecue. I love barbecue ribs, but I don't want to eat them every day. I'd like to mix it up a little bit. Have some pot roast one night, some spaghetti another, some chicken another night, but it doesn't mean I stop liking fucking ribs. It just means I don't want to eat it every fucking day. So that's where I come from on that one. But as Dave would always say, WWE is not in the business of being awesome. Whew, all right. Unless there's any more comments, it looks like I'm about to wrap this bad boy up here. So production monkeys, start collecting any more questions that I may have here. In the meantime, I'm going to do some shameless self-promotion. I would like to encourage everybody to go to Kocosports.com. That's KOCOsports.com. It's your home for all combat sports. That includes wrestling, boxing, mixed martial arts, taekwondo, kickboxing, judo. If you can get your nose broke doing it, we got you covered there on the site. We've even got our lovely video on demand section, so if you happen to miss Smackdown or you want to go back and check out Lucha Underground or NXT or Monday Night Raw, you can go back and check that out. We've got our news and gossip section. We've even got wrestling news. We're talking about the WWE stock prices. We're talking about Ring of Honor revealing their top 3 matches for their 13th anniversary show on March 1st. We've got plenty of other stuff on there. We've got Combat TV. We've even got our radio section, so you want to go back through our archives. If you happen to miss any of our shows between Dave and I, you can always go back and check that out. But you got to go to Kocosports.com. It's where the world goes to kick ass. All right, so let's take a look here at, okay, gonna go in 4, 3, 2, 1. No more questions. Okay, I guess that's going to do it for me. Dave and I hope to be back on. Oh, wait a minute. Just got one here in here before the lock. It's from Stairwell Places. I don't mind bad guys. It's all I used to be. Didn't it all used to be? Oh, okay. I don't mind big guys. Didn't it all used to be big guys? I just want big guys who can go. Oh, yeah. I mean, Rusev is a prime example of that. Rusev can fucking go. He can fly for someone his size. Same thing with Rowan, Harper, Mark Henry. They've got a lot of big guys that can move really quite well for their size. Apparently, he's also saying not Kane and Big Show. Well, Big Show definitely. Kane, no, Kane can actually move for somebody, especially for his size. So, anyway. All right. Well, anyway, that's going to do it for me. Dave and I hope to have a Stump the Idiot up, so get your questions in for that. Of course, we've also got Monday Night Raw coming up. Dave will have a review on that. We're going to do a pay-per-view profits for the upcoming NXT Rival show on February the 11th. Well, before that, we're going to do a pay-per-view profits, so start thinking about who you want to pick here. We'll do a nice show on that. So anyway, this is Boom Boom, and for my partner, Dave Kokotis, saying I am over.